This is SportsCenter with Elle Duncan and Kevin Nagandi.
How are you feeling about your team? MLB trade deadline just ended, but the convo around it has not. We'll check back in with baseball tonight in a second. But a talk in the desert, Kevin, may offer the Pac-12 a last-ditch effort to save its conference. You've got the latest on what was proposed and what's next.
Plus, we're live from Jets and Jaguars training camps where the preseason expectations are high. And
yeah.
Speaking of great expectations, the Mets' disappointing season has made them big sellers at the deadline. Back at Ravi and the Baseball Tonight crew on a very busy afternoon.
Giving us a little insight is our senior college football writer, Pete Thamel now. Pete, what more can you share with us about this proposed deal with Apple?
Well, Elle, it's an important day for the Pac-12.
Yes, at least they have a plan because they've been hesitant to talk about their future at all. But you mentioned Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah. The Big 12's courting them. They're riding momentum. Do you think a deal like this would be enough to sway those three staples to stay in the conference?
It's interesting because I don't think it's what the president...
Sure, we'll have you on to dissect that next week as it's a developing story with new developments seemingly every day. Pete Thamel with the latest on a meeting in the desert. Thanks, Pete. Harvey, who joins us now from Yankee Stadium. Coley, I know that you actually spoke with skipper Aaron Boone before they made this move for Middleton, but what did he tell you was their outlook for the rest of the season?
Well, in listening to what...
Coley, it's no disrespect to Middleton. It just feels like they sort of resigned themselves to their fate, which right now is potentially them missing the playoffs for the first time since 2016. I'm just wondering what kind of reaction the clubhouse is having to that.
You know, Elle, I haven't been around the clubhouse quite as...
goal for a team who is in dead last in the division in August for the first time since 1990. Coley Harvey with the latest from Yankee Stadium. Thanks, Coley. I liked your reading. You know, we in the earliest of Tuesday mornings, a world away, the U.S. women's national team were celebrating moving on to the knockout round after an uninspired draw with Portugal. And while the hope for a three-peat is still a reality, the team facing renewed criticism after a group stage performance that saw them win one match in the round for the first time in the team's World Cup history. In tonight's SportsCenter report, Michelle Steele has more on the heightening concerns surrounding this team. For much more on this and coming to us live now from Auckland, we turn to our soccer reporter Alexis Nunez. We keep hearing all the people on the peripheral talking about this team. Alexis, how are the two-time defending champs feeling about themselves as they move on?
Well, I'll understand.
They're getting the looks, you know that, Alexis, but if you want to do some comparing, right, the Netherlands ended up winning the group because they recorded 17 shots on target against Vietnam. The U.S. have recorded 17 shots on target for the entire World Cup run to this point. Alexis Nunez bringing us the latest from New Zealand as the women move on. Fired up, ABC, college football?
So pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first weekend's going to be great, especially Sunday. LSU, Florida State.
That's so 25 days from now. How about Link Sun right now? Let's go.